Hello, my name is MiMi A and I'm here to show you how to cook a Vietnamese dish called Bun Cha. This is usually a barbecue dish. Obviously you can see we're indoors, but just pretend that I'm using a barbecue. You could also use a griddle pan, something to get that lovely smoky feeling. And the pork we're using is nice British pork, just pork mince. Fatty if you can. We don't want the lean stuff here because we want plenty of flavour. One large chopped shallot, so like a banana shallot, and we've got 2 cloves of garlic that have been minced. So we chuck that in. A couple of tablespoons of fish sauce. Good grind of pepper, black pepper if you can. And now the secret ingredient, which is a glug of maple syrup or honey. Get stuck in with your hands, then you can feel that everything's mixing through really well and evenly. What you'd ideally do is leave that to marinate in the fridge up to 2 hours, 50 minutes is fine. So we have rice noodles. You can get vermicelli, you can get thin rice noodles. This is dried thin rice noodles, which you can get in any supermarket these days. And what I've done is I've just poured boiling water over that and it's just been left to soak. And then the other main component of this dish is the pickle. And the pickle is made out of usually carrots and daikon, also known as muli. Now I know daikon isn't that easy to get hold of, but you can just use your good British radish instead. It's pretty much the same flavour. So we've got probably about 4 or 5 radishes there that have been sliced up just into discs. And we've got 1 carrot that's been peeled and again cut into half moons. You put them together, you put a tablespoon of caster sugar. Now this is golden caster sugar, which is slightly sweeter. And you sprinkle that all over your sliced vegetables. And then we also need just a pinch of salt for this. You don't want it to be too salty. About 100 ml of rice vinegar. We'll just pour that in. So you just mix it really thoroughly and make sure that the salt and sugar completely coats the carrots. So the noodles are soaking away, your pickles are pickling away, the meat is gently marinating. So what we need to make now is the warm dipping sauce. So we've got the sugar and water on a really high heat. We're also going to put in 50 ml of rice vinegar and about the same of fish sauce. We want to whisk that so that all the different flavours are blending together. It takes a couple of minutes, I suppose, with the sugar. You want that to completely dissolve. Then you just need to keep that warm. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the rice noodles. They've been soaking and they're nice and soft and pliable, you'll see. Pour away the water. And then you just leave it to sit and continue draining there while we carry on with the rest of the dish. And now it's time to start making the pork patties. Again, get stuck in with your hands. Now you want about the size of a ping pong ball, I suppose. You flatten it out. Now you want it fairly flat. We're not looking for burgers that are rare or pink on the inside. We want this to cook all the way through. We want it to be nice and crisp and almost charred on the outside. So I think each person probably gets about 4 or 5 of these. That's plenty. Okay, so we've got a cast iron pan here. It's on the highest setting possible. I think it's just about ready. So we'll get our patties and see if we can start them searing. This will be quite noisy. Now, as I said before, this is meant to be smoky and char-grilled, so it doesn't matter if it goes over a bit. Now, after a minute or so, they should have a crust on them. I don't know if you can see that. And that's when you can turn. So you flip them all over. And then same again, you want to cook through. And then you'll flip one more time because you want to get it nice and brown and caramelised on each side. So these have been searing away for about 5-6 minutes. This is about the level that you want. So just about starting to kind of brown and blacken a little bit, so you're getting that nice char on them. So now what you need to do is you need to dish up. So I've got a plate with some nice bits of curly lettuce on it, and there's the noodles that we soaked earlier, so we just arrange some of those on top of the plate, and then place the patties directly on top of the noodles. So this is a portion for one slightly greedy person like me. And now we're going to get those pickles that we made earlier. So got the radish and the carrots, and you just kind of sprinkle it around. That is Vietnamese bun cha, which is seared pork patties on rice noodles with herbs and a warm dipping sauce. And you can eat that out in the garden, and you can pretend that you're on a street in Hanoi.